Okay, welcome back to you. This Memorial Day weekend, we are meeting a woman with an amazing mission. She is helping fellow Gold Star spouses just like herself and families just like hers. Joining us now, Brittany McCall. We're so glad to have you with us this morning. Of course, thank you so much for your service, for your husband's service. And we were just talking off camera a little bit about Memorial Day, the holiday, and a lot of people talk about these kinds of days being extra difficult, but you said not necessarily. Memorial Day is just one of those days that you're happy others are recognizing. So talk about, your husband and all he did for our country.
Well, he was one of those soldiers that joined after 9/11, which I think in itself says a lot about somebody who takes that commitment and sacrifice. And so he did his initial training in Fort Benning, Georgia, then Fort Bragg, then got stationed back in Georgia. We actually met at Fort Bragg, and he loved what he did, and he was very proud of his service, and I think that's one of the best things to take away from his ultimate sacrifice is he died doing something he was proud of.
And I don't know if that's any consolation for your family. I know it's a hard thing for you to live with day in and day out.
It is. One thing I say often about something that he left me with was don't stress over what you don't have control over, and that's taken a while to get the true understanding behind it, but especially in my role now, I take a lot of pride in him leaving me with that to kind of carry on my days the best I can.
And, I've talked to so many people who deal with grief in their life, and they channel it in so many different ways. You're one of the many who turn it into this amazing opportunity to help others who are going through the same thing, just like yourself. So talk about what you're doing now and how you're even able to get here and to be at this point.
So I think I was kind of searching for what to do in life. I moved to Ohio to go to OSU, and about a year after being here, I went to an event, and Susan Bogan, one of our other coordinators, was there with the families, and ignorant, but I didn't know they were here, if that makes sense, and so I just introduced myself, and last May an opportunity came up, so I became one of our Survivor Outreach Service coordinators. It is an Army program here in Ohio. The 7 coordinators that we have sit at Ohio National Guard armories, but the Ohio National Guard and the SOS system as a whole and the support they bring to our families helps me drive my passion to assist these families.
And I think you brought up a really important part, because we think of Gold Star families and spouses, and you think that it's almost a rarity the way we talk about it. Like you said, you had no idea they were here. So you feel, there's a sense of feeling alone, at least, do you think?
There absolutely is. I was very active with the SOS program down at Fort Bragg, and so for me moving here, transitioning, and not knowing that there could be that same support here, and then finding it a year later, it completely turned my life around. I have so much more family here. I actually don't have any blood family here, but now the amount of family that I have here in just working with this program, even prior to being employed with them, words don't describe how much that part means to me. So
yeah. And if there's anything else that you could say about your husband and just some of the memories that you hold with him, what would they be?
His smile when he walked in, it lit up a room, and anybody who met him knew that, and he had this great laugh. He wanted to make people laugh, and just his personality, his character, those are things that I hold with me today, and why it makes me so happy to be able to share his story. And there are so many other families that have stories of loved ones that we hope can share as well.
Well, I gotta say, what he did, obviously so important. What you're doing now, very important. And just continuing on this legacy of giving back to our country, to the people here, and also to the other vets who are doing the same thing and putting out that same risk. So we're very grateful for all that you do, especially on Memorial Day, but not just Memorial Day, every day. And we're very grateful that you're able to come in this morning. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll have that important information on our website, the Ohio National Guard Survivor Outreach Services number. It's 614-336-7375. You do not have to be Ohio National Guard members, so the coordinators can assist families from any military branch. Like Brittany said, if you are a family member and you're just missing that person in your life who has served our country, then please go and talk to somebody if you can. Again, Brittany, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.